Hi everyone, so this is the second part of how to make a pizza. The first part shows you how to make the pizza dough. This part shows you how to do everything else. Welcome to my channel at runningongreen.com. Okay, so you should already have your pizza dough ready. Here's what mine looks like. So we're gonna take it out of the fridge about an hour until it gets to room temperature, about an hour before you put it in the oven. So I'm gonna get it out, and then I usually make 2 pizzas, but if you have kids, what's fun is to make smaller ones, so you can make several, maybe 3 or 4. I'm gonna keep it as 2, so you wanna divide it up into 2 pieces, and then you just shape it into 2 circles. I like to put a little oil on them so they don't dry out. You can cover them with foil. Since I don't buy foil, I usually just cover them up with the same bowl and then add another bowl on the other side. And then you let them sit for about an hour. Okay, so your dough is sitting and waiting for about an hour to warm up to room temperature. I'm gonna show you how to do an easy tomato sauce recipe. So first thing you need is 28 ounces of stewed tomatoes. I have San Marzano here, but I use all kinds of, I also use just regular canned tomatoes, organic ideally. And you want to drain the sauce out of it. So I put it in this sieve here, and because you don't want the sauce to be too watery, otherwise it's going to make the crust really watery. So I usually dump the whole thing in here, and the watery part is going to be collected in the bottom. So here you go. But this is about how you want it. The main part is out, and you can use the other part for something else. Okay, like this. Put it in your food processor. Then what I also like to add to this is garlic. I have about 2 cloves of garlic here, chopped up. Sometimes the food processor doesn't do a really good job of getting it real small. You don't want to be stuck with a chunk of garlic. Well, but anyway, garlic in there. Some oregano, about a teaspoon. Okay, I'll measure it out. I usually just go by feeling. You put about a teaspoon in there. Then I also put in a little acid, and I'm going to use red wine vinegar. Also about a teaspoon. I just put a little gluck like that. Then I also do a little olive oil, maybe about a tablespoon of that, and of course salt. You can put about 1/4 of a teaspoon, maybe 1/2 of a teaspoon. I don't like it too salty. The dough already has salt. The cheese is going to have salt. You don't need that much salt. Put a little pepper. All right, I think we got everything. Lid on and whiz it till it becomes an even paste. Here are my pizza doughs. Whoa, 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 got stuck on my bowl. Beautiful. So I'm going to show you how I shape the dough, how I put on my toppings, and how I put it in the oven. Because I actually use a pizza peel. Yeah, I feel like a real pizza person. Now, I didn't have this in the beginning, but I make so much pizza. It was totally worth buying one of these. I think they come in metal and bamboo, all kinds of things. You do have to kind of treat it if you do the wood. But I love it. It's just easy. If you don't have one, you can use the back of a cookie sheet and just slide it down that way. It is harder. I tried it in the beginning. That's why I ended up buying the pizza peel. But it is a way if you have no other way. So anyway, I'm going to get my dough here. But first, I want to flour the table because it's going to be kind of sticky. And the last thing you want is the dough to stick anywhere, because that's really going to be a mess, especially when you're getting it off the pizza peel. So I kind of just pull it apart a little bit push it down and just kind of keep pulling on it. Now you don't want to make holes in it. For a practical reason is you don't want the tomato sauce to seep through and then get stuck. So I kind of do this, I kind of pull it. I can't do this. I wish I could do that right now, that'd be cool. No, I've tried that, it doesn't work. So I just kind of do this way. I kind of stretch it out. You want it to be about 12, 13 inches wide if you divided them equally. If you're doing 2 pizzas again, that is if you're not doing the little ones for the little kiddos. So I kind of pull, let it hang a little bit, let gravity do the work. And when I see that it's getting thinner in an area, I move on to the next one. So I just keep doing that until it's nice and thin. So unless you like a really thick dough, you could leave it like that. That comes with time, you kind of figure out what you like. But I like this to be a little bit thinner. And also you want a big pizza because you want to put all those toppings on there. And it can get pretty big. So it also depends on how warm it is. So again, I have been out for about an hour. So if you do it cold, that's where you notice the difference. It's just difficult to stretch them out. So it's getting better. Just gonna pull here. Keep pulling. So the next thing you wanna do, this looks pretty good, is flour your pizza peel a lot. I put in the beginning, I just thought, oh, I need a little peel, need a little flour, but this is the important part. Because you don't want the pizza to get stuck on the pizza peel. Or, you know, what happens, it gets stuck on a certain part, so then it starts losing shape, or the toppings start sliding down and the dough stays on. So that's actually really critical, and I am very, very generous with the flour. So you can see, especially in the middle and in the back parts. Because the front parts, you can always still kind of pull it off and stuff, but be very, very generous because you don't want to make the mistake I did. One time, I didn't have enough and it got stuck. The pizza got stuck on the pizza peel and I was just, I wanted the pizza off the pizza peel. I did a big psh, and the pizza fell to the back of the pizza oven. The oven. The whole pizza just landed on the oven, and because it is so hot, it started smoking like crazy. I had to turn the oven off, the fire alarm went off, the whole pizza was charcoal. Yeah, so I never do that again. You kind of learn from your lessons over time. Yeah, and it was a total waste. We basically only had 1 pizza to eat. Okay, this looks perfect. Yeah, let it relax. You don't want to stress it out. And here we go. So then I use the thicker parts to pull it on this side I'm going to do, because I don't want to create a hole. Swing it over. Hope you saw that. Here is my pizza. Beautiful. And now what you can do, if you notice that some of the flour came off, just pull it up, add a little flour from the bottom. Otherwise, just keep pulling like this to get a nice circle. Now comes the tomato sauce. And again, here, you don't want to add too much. You know, this is how they do it in Italy. You don't put too much of anything. You just put enough. You don't want to have a whole mound of things on there. You just want the taste of a little bit of everything. So, no, but with the sauce also, like I've said, by draining out the liquids, it becomes less soggy. Same idea here. You don't want to put too much tomato sauce, because it'll become too soggy. So I just kind of spread it out. Just a thin layer. I think this looks good. Nice. Now we're going to add the cheese first. Don't do your toppings first because they're going to be drowned in all that cheese. You always want to do cheese first. And again, not too much, but just enough. A little bit everywhere. Every bite should have a little bit of cheese. This is the fun part. So this is the part your kids could do. If you're doing individual pizzas, even if you're doing big pizzas. And they can pick their topping. Have a pizza party. Okay, I kind of like, so my daughter actually doesn't like too much cheese, so I have to kind of watch it. So here's the cheese, and then I add the toppings. I think that's enough, a little bit on this side. Okay, I have my portobello mushrooms. And again, also the heavier the pizza, the more difficult it's going to be getting it off the pizza peel. So you don't want to add too much. That's why it's also helpful to have enough flour. Perfect. Yum, yum. It's going in the oven. Should be nice and hot. Ooh, yummy. So it's been about 6 minutes, and wow, it looks pretty brown. I'm just going to turn it real quick. So depending on your oven, you want to keep an eye on it because it cooks pretty quickly. I'll only want to give it maybe 2 more minutes and it's done. And here's the final product. Oh my God, it smells so good in here. I can't wait to bite it.